Cause I just clean up woman. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Other Life-ish show. How y'all doing tonight? I was waiting for some applause, but I guess they don't want me to have them today, so it's okay. Anyway, you guys, I have a loaded show for you. But before I get started, I want to talk about something really quickly. It's been brought to my attention that someone overseas is pitching me for bookings. And I'm not sure if they're getting paid for the bookings already or they're signing the contracts and getting the money. But something weird happened. And all of a sudden, my bookings were canceled because of my persona. They did their due diligence. But I would think that before you were to hire me for a job, that you would have done your due diligence already. And before my talk show, of all things, would be the problem, it should be my OnlyFans page. That's what I think. But, that's neither here nor there. So just a disclaimer, anybody in Europe that has a contract offer for me, make sure that you have spoken to me directly before you send any money or anything to anyone, because I'm not for the games. Okay, so let's get into some hot topics. I don't know about you, but my favorite show right now is And Just Like That with Sarah Jessica Parker. It's like a spinoff of the Sex and the City franchise. And after 25 years, season 3, they're going to end it. I don't know about you, but I'm really sad. So yeah, that was on my mind today. And another thing that's on my mind today is Justin Timberlake in the Hamptons with a DUI. This man can't stay out of trouble. If he's not getting caught kissing someone while he's drunk, he's out there getting pulled over while he's drunk. What a shame. Justin, get it together. I think you're so cute and adorable and handsome, and just, you need a black woman in your life. That's why you're miserable. Go back and kiss that black chick from New Orleans, or meet me somewhere. I know y'all ladies think Justin Timberlake is handsome. I'm sure you do. And on a sad note, I don't know about y'all, but I used to watch WKRP in Cincinnati, and Lonnie Anderson has passed away right before her 80th birthday. Now, I'm going to tell you this. 227, Sandra, and Lonnie Evans, those are my spirit animal women. Like, just look at the boobs. Can't you tell? I just love those ladies, and I'm really sad that she's dead. So it's kind of touched me today, because that was one of the icons, like the bombshell babe that I looked up to when I was younger. And let me think what else is going on in this world. Diddy has applied for a pardon to the president. You think Trump is going to give him that pardon? I think he's been on punishment enough. Whatever he's done, get in punishment. I think they should just let the man go home and spend his time on house arrest, because I'm sure he's suffering immensely. I was in jail when I was younger at Rikers Island, and let me tell you, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So yeah, jail sucks. But anyway, we have a great show for you today. I have a big surprise for you. His name is Sharay Haynes, and he is with us today talking about all sorts of yumminess. His penis. He's talking about that and erectile dysfunction. We're talking about sex work. We're talking about the whole gambit of that. And we're going to touch on the Diddy thing just a little bit. We don't want to, talk about that too much, because I think everybody's over-talked it right about now. And there's so many more interesting things that he has to disclose. So let's get to it. Welcome to the first official episode of The Life-ish, because we changed the name last week. Remember that, right? Okay. Anyway, guys, let's get this show started. Yay!
Step into the light. Bright Light Tarot, where clarity meets intuition. Whether you're seeking answers in love, direction in life, or just a little cosmic confirmation, your reading is waiting. Let the cards reveal what your heart already knows. Book your love and life reading today and align with your higher path. Bright Light Tarot. Trust the light and let truth unfold.
At Horizon Real Estate Solutions, your home journey begins with clarity and confidence. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to your dream space, or investing in property, our expert team is here every step of the way. We know Sunrise, Florida, and the surrounding cities like the backs of our hand, and we know how to get you the best deal. At Horizon, we do more than close deals. We build relationships that last with transparency, heart, and results that speak for themselves. Ready to take the next step? Call Horizon Real Estate Solutions today and let's find the place you'll call home. Horizon Real Estate Solutions. Your future starts here.
You saw her give the rapper Cameron a massage on. It is what it is. Now it's your turn. This isn't just a massage, it's an experience where skilled hands speak fluently and your body listens. Every stroke is intentional, every moment unforgettable. You deserve more than just touch. You deserve the body rub, babe. Book today, your body's been waiting.
Status Network here in Atlanta. They are amazing. Obviously, you can see. Also, Lashango Inc. for your cleaning needs. And Horizon Solutions, your real estate lady. Anyway, you guys, I have a great show for you today. Today I have on my show the notorious, infamous, legendary Mr. Swing It, Sharay Hayes. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for my guest.
Well,
Thank you
having
for
me.
being here.
No, I'm
I
happy to have
appreciate you to be here. Thank you. I'm so happy to have you. I'm a little fleshy. You got the meat man in the house. But before I get into asking you questions, I want to ask you something. What do these names mean to you, if anything? Mimi Harrison, the Body Heat Gents, Animal, Scorpion, Sizzling, Pleasure.
Wow. So Mimi Harris was kind of like the woman running the business.
Yes, that's my aunt.
No way.
My godmother. She named me, Keisha. Yeah.
Wow.
And so when I told my cousin to tap in, and she was like, I taught him how to take his clothes off sexy, Janelle.
No way.
Yes.
She's not lying. Yo.
I know she,
I
yeah,
used to
right?
go practice in her living room. That's crazy.
I used to be one of the illusion models.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Way. Wow. Yo, they
Yeah.
talk about 6 degrees of separation.
I know, right?
That is absolutely crazy.
It's funny when I had you, when I was like, I wonder if he knows them. I kind of thought that when I found out you were a dancer. So I was like, New York dancer, he has to know Mimi Harrison. She was like the staple, the queen of body, the queen of meat, okay? She was, my mother calls her the flesh peddler.
That's hilarious. Wow.
Yes.
Now, you took me back. Now,
Yeah.
seriously, I probably wouldn't be here all these years later if I didn't get that start off
Yeah.
with them. So yeah, all the credits due.
Thank
She held it down.
Thank
She
you,
held
thank
it
you,
down.
thank you. Yes. Were you over there in Tracy Towers practicing and shaking your
Tracy
thing?
Towers in the living room, hopping around, like looking crazy.
They always had routines and things. They had choreographed stuff for us to do. The choreography was real. Like Danelle was a beast with that.
Yeah, she wasn't playing.
She wasn't
It was
playing.
real.
She was chop,
Nah.
chop, chop.
Yes.
Well, let's get into it now that I've got that off my chest.
Okay, all right, I'm ready. Yo. I want all the smoke.
You went all. So tell us about your book, Freezer Meat. First of all, what inspired you to like write that? I mean,
So, quickly, I went through, first of all, men as we age, we start to develop a sexual decline. And that can go differently from men. Some is physical issues. And in my case, it was a mental issue that had me dependent on like Cialis and Viagra and these enhancement pills and stuff like that. And after really extensively trying to remedy it, I found out there was nothing wrong with me. There was something going on in my head. Mentally, emotionally, just, betrayals, breakups, self-confidence issues. And me being kind of like a transparent person, I started to just tell guys, hey, this is what I'm going through and stuff like that. And I realized everybody was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was struggling. There was a lot of men in the same predicament.
When's your birthday, may I ask you?
July 19th.
I knew you were a Cancer. I'm July 20th. It's, you know what it is? It's a transparency for me. Cancers are very, we're extremely transparent. We like to find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? With ourselves and others. And so like for me with my girlfriends, like we go swimming and water goes up inside, it comes back out. I'm like, does that happen to you too? You know? And so cancers are we're very hands-on people.
Yeah, so you're spot on with that. Yeah, so I guess that our nature, right?
Our nature.
I started talking extremely open to just really anybody that wanted to have the conversation. It did not matter. And once I started speaking openly, like guys was like just spilling their guts. And so I know when I was going through this struggle, which this was a 10-year, like trying to figure it out, decline struggle, I had no tool, like nothing that I could pick up and giving me advice, information in a relatable, personable way.
Right.
That I can say, oh, wow, I relate to this.
People are afraid to talk about things, like I don't understand why it's so hard to talk about the body with others.
Yeah.
We have a question there. You look, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, people find it really difficult to be authentic with issues that are going on with them. And I commend you for that, because mental health and erectile dysfunction, and those are very personal things that especially Black men have a problem discussing. And for a Black man to admit that his junk isn't working, that's even that's
just not happening.
No, men won't tell you that. And then a lot of guys, I think they get angry with their spouses. I think a lot of abuse happens because of that. Like they're having issues with themselves, and now I'm blaming it on you, like it's you or something you're not doing.
Exactly. And so it's a bigger part of it, right? Because women deal with it from a place of wondering, is it me?
Shut the door. I know, really though. I've had that issue before. I was like, what's going on? Is it me? But then I started to, after listening to your book, actually, I got the Audible, ladies. I suggest you get it. His voice is nice to listen to. It's a nice listen, so it's good. But I was starting to think that because, after a certain age, I think 47, 48, 49, 50, that's when men, I think you guys have a menopause also.
Well, so it's happening much earlier now, believe it or not.
I think that's because of the drugs the kids are using these days. Like, I work in the adult industry as well. We both are sex workers or have been sex workers. What happened? What was that? Sex worker. No, I want to get into I want to unpack the sex worker topic as well a little bit, because there's a big misconception about sex workers. But what was I saying? I was talking about
some other drugs.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that is drugs, and I found that in my dancing and stuff, I've noticed a lot of younger men taking Viagra because they're doing cocaine, thinking that that'll, compensate for the drug use, because cocaine deads your senses. It totally makes you lose your hard on. And then you have this urge. I know they want this so bad, they're trying so hard to get it up and they can't, so they take the Viagra. And I think that's why it's starting younger now. I think that's where it's happening.
Well, I think you're spot on. Like if you can't, I don't know if you watch sports, but you can't watch a sporting event without them pitching Viagra, Cialis, Hims. And then there's always a saying in the commercial, and she'll love it too,
Yes, exactly.
So they create this sexual pressure subliminally.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened to me was I started taking those pills long before I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even, I was not like a cocaine user or whatever. It's just, you want to be at your best. It's sexual pressure. You see the commercial all the time. Why not? Right.
Right.
And what you don't realize is that once you start taking the pills, now you develop a dependency. And now if you have an issue with the pills,
Mm-hmm.
what now?
What now? What's next? And then for you, that was a
Well,
penile implant.
well, I obviously took it to the next level, but most guys, there is
They can't afford that.
and there is not a next. So they just believe the pills don't work, and then they just get into this mental,
Sadness.
this mental
Depression.
struggle, and then start blaming you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
start blaming you. Get into almost this red pill attitude
Mm-hmm.
of it's women's fault.
Yeah.
You
Something that
know?
she's not doing. And then you try to go to another woman and the same problem's happening. So it's not.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
problems happening, and then it's the blame game because they don't want to deal with the shame of talking about it's me.
Mm-hmm.
So some men just check out.
Yeah.
So now that's why you have these long-standing relationships where
they're
they're
sleeping in separate
sleeping in
bedrooms.
separate
Yeah, you're
bedrooms.
just
They ain't had
roommates.
sex in years.
Yeah.
Look, listen, we've all been in relationships where you argued, right?
Of course.
But it ain't no way you argued with your partner in your 20s and y'all ain't have sex in a year. You know what I'm saying? You
No.
argue, you're going to get
No.
over it,
Yeah, I want
and
to.
it's going down.
I mean, I like to make up like that anyway, but not everybody has that same.
Exactly. So as men start getting these problems, they kind of like almost use those little spats and those disconnects as
Mhm.
reasons to shield themselves from failure,
Yeah.
and then create this divide where but it's really them just hiding their own issue.
So for the men who don't use drugs, who aren't emotionally having issues, do you think that age will sometimes play a role in that? Just purely just age?
Yeah, well, age is going to do it. Once a man hits his mid-30s, you naturally start to decline in testosterone,
Mm-hmm.
and it will drop and drop and drop and drop. And so you'll start feeling different. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to affect you sexually,
Mm-hmm.
but again, it's a combination of I feel myself dropping, let me start popping these pills, giving myself another remedy.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you run into any degree of failure and anxiety because of the pressure on the
Mhm.
pills, that's really the cause. Anxiety makes a hormone called cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
Cortisol restricts your blood vessels, which is the opposite
Of what
the
you want.
pills do.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the pills open up your blood vessel. Cortisol restricts it, and the cortisol is stronger.
Okay. So when people hear the Punisher, what is one misconception that you often have heard?
So as soon as people hear the name, they automatically think it started from I earned it through a sexual connotation, and I didn't. Now I try to live up to it. Don't get me wrong, but number one, that's misconception. I want to say the second misconception would be, I think they just expect me to be like a douche.
He's a really nice guy. He
Yeah.
really is. Yeah, he's really chill.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And he's a Cancer. He's got to be chill.
Yeah, I think I get stereotyped, especially being involved in the trial and how it was first depicted.
Mhm.
There was a stereotypical thought process about me. So I am happy. Like, I thank you for these platforms, because when you get places and you can talk and you can
Mhm.
speak, it allows people to get it, for you to control a narrative. Let me
Right.
show you
Who
who I am. And then
exactly.
whatever decision you want to make on that
After
is
that,
cool.
it's on you.
But yeah, most of my comments are surprised that I'm just like a normal guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they expect much worse, I guess.
So in your book, you talk about being a womanizer and that a lot of, like you started doing all of this because of an ex-girlfriend that you had. So how have you changed since then? Like, are you married? Are you involved with someone? Like, what's your thing now? Are you still out there just slinging the D?
So-
Are you giving dirty dick to everybody?
Yeah,
Is it cleaned up a little bit?
Yeah. Well, so I slowed down a lot, right? So
Okay.
I am currently single. But nah, I left the men go through a conquest phase, right?
Okay.
And if men get my age and they're still in a conquest phase, there's a insecurity and maturity thing going on. right? Any guy that's past a certain age that his motivation is to get sex, there's something else missing, right?
Is that part of the reason why you started sex work? Like because just to do it?
Well, no, I started sex work was a byproduct of being a male stripper, right?
Okay.
So I went through a breakup with a girlfriend that she decided to be a stripper, and her being a stripper led to
you.
I'm getting rid of you. And then it was a nasty situation where I got my feelings hurt, and then I became a womanizer based on the young man
Being hurt.
yeah being hurt,
So
right?
you were just acting off of emotion, basically.
Acting off of emotion, trying to hide the vulnerability, and just living a disconnected lifestyle that most young men do, sex and no connection. And then when you get a little bit older and you realize you're never going to get fulfilled that way, right? It just creates voids and emptiness.
Yes.
Then I started to look for more of a substance, but I'm still locked in this world of sex work, right? So I'm a male stripper, so I'm seeing a side of women that men should never see. A side of men should never see that, right?
Okay.
And I'm not trying to say it's the most terrible thing it is, but women are just like men, right?
Thank you. We have our sex drives are just as strong and as real as yours are. And if anything, I think that women can be more treacherous than men.
Exactly. So you guys have the same desires, same temptations. It's just a stereotypically you guys can't show it outwardly without being judged.
Stereotypically.
Right? Without being judged.
Yeah.
So, but for men,
Body count's high.
For men and our insecurities, right? We need to believe that you're these pure, not my girl. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
and
how about this? Not for men, but what about for you?
I needed that too.
I'm talking about presently.
So presently now, I have more of a realistic view of just human nature, right? But I also understand that I have trauma, right? I can honestly say when you're betrayed multiple times, right?
Ladies, we know.
What it creates for me as a man is I want connection, I want love or whatever, but I try to avoid vulnerability. So how can you have
connection and love
without vulnerability, right? Like
exactly.
it's
They go hand in
hypocritical, right? It's not
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. So that's where I struggle because I can meet great women that it seems like it's a cool connection and everything is cool or whatever, but I need almost like this undeniable affirmation of, okay, you're not going to betray me, you're not going to hurt me, and then that takes time, right?
Yeah.
And so my timeline usually kills me because I'm moving at this snail pace looking for safety. And the woman's like, yo, what we doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
I've showed you I'm great. What's up?
Yeah. And that's the barrier that I've been struggling with. And I understand it, right? I'm being transparent with it, but I'm a Black man. I don't go to therapy, right? So
no, I think that I don't know about you, but for me, I think metaphysically, or there's a space going on right now where learning a new self, a new part of yourself, like just rediscovering yourself or just learning more. I think we're always learning about ourselves. Like we never finish figuring out who we are,
That is true.
So,
and I will tell you something from a man's perspective that was struggling with erectile dysfunction, right? That kind of, it alters your choices, right? Because sometimes when you're struggling with something that you think is a deterrent for somebody to align with you, you may pick a partner just because she accepts the fact that I'm struggling and not necessarily because we get along the best.
Facts.
So
is sex enjoyable for you? A question from one of our watchers, our viewers.
Yeah. So the beautiful thing about it is anything as far, well, I answer it in two parts. This is not clear. If you're talking about in regards to the surgery or the implant, everything is normal as if I didn't have any surgery. It doesn't affect any feeling, sensation, or anything that's associated with it. As far as sex being enjoyable, I'm desensitized, right? So just the physical act of sex is minimal but if there's a connection,
Yes.
it's unbelievable.
So, okay, that's a two-part question. So I'm gonna go with that really quickly. When you work in the sex industry, you find it that you need more of a mental stimulation, you know, it makes you become more sapiosexual than actually physically attracted to people,
Yeah.
you know. So that makes complete sense. So for you, what is the realest pro and the ugliest con of being a sex worker?
The realest pro for and it's two
I'm just gonna
part.
be honest.
It's two
For
part.
me.
It's two part, right?
Yeah.
The realest pro is like what she just said. And for a man, right? The idea of a man getting paid to give sexual gratification or physical stimulation, even if it's just dancing, it's a validation that very few men feel. Right? You will have a hard time to find a guy that told you he was paid, right?
Mhm.
So forget the act itself. For me to walk around and experience that as a man, it created a space of of assurance in myself,
Mhm.
affirmation that was really, really amazing through my youth. So while all my other friends and the normal guys going to the bar, going to the club, putting on the best outfit, spending thousands of dollars on table service to attract women,
Mhm.
women were paying to see me. And that kind of shaped my self-worth. You know,
Okay.
it really did. And the second part of it was sex is something that's hard to achieve for most men. Like our lives are filled with rejection, you know, in terms of trying to get to women. And some guys go way too far along and as adults chasing women. And it distracts you from real growth, real things you should be focused on.
Mhm.
So being in this line of work and there's so much availability of sex and women to me, I felt like I almost had a life like a woman, you know, in regards to you take a 15-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl, and we both find about sex.
Mhm.
We both find out about sex. And little boys, we gotta get some muscles, get a haircut, move out of our mama's house, get a car, you know what I'm saying? Get some
Right.
nice clothes, get a good job. And maybe by the time he's 25, he can kind of get sex with the women that he's interested in. And that same 15-year-old girl just says, I think I'll
like
have
him.
sex with him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so we have a whole different process
Mhm.
that our curve is much, you know, later. And me being in this allowed my curve to speed up, where I'm just not a sexually controlled male, you know, and I think that's a benefit.
If you have questions, so becoming the Punisher really some sort of subconscious punishment for the woman who hurt you?
Yeah, kind of.
Callers, please, if you want to call in, 470-659-5974. 470-659-5974. We're accepting calls. Any questions for Sharay or myself, please tap in with us. So in my experience, from when I used to work in the industry, I found that I was more of a therapist than I was actually providing. Do you find that for your one? Probably not. Men are different than like a lot of times when men seek out women for this, it's usually because either they just don't want the headache of having to deal with girlfriend boyfriend shit, so stuff,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, so they prefer to pay you and then send you on your way. Others are looking for a connection that they're missing at home. I found, like, you know, the wife isn't attentive in some form or fashion. I even had one guy say, I don't want my wife giving me head, she kisses my kids.
Oh wow.
That blew my mind. I was like, wow.
Wow. That's a deep one
That
too.
that was really deep for me. I was like, what kind of how mentally screwed up are you that your wife can't give you head because she kisses your kids? Don't you brush your teeth? Don't you wash your mouth, wash your face? You know, really
Yeah.
weird for me. So you haven't had that, like you found yourself being more like a therapist or like an emotional, like, is it more carnal for women or do you find it more emotional or like?
So the thing is with being a male dancer in that dynamic, you have to keep your distance, right? Because um, women is the fantasy, right? It's the fantasy, it's the thought process. So if I want to, you want to maintain your customers, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if I want to maintain my customers, the more interactive I become,
Hmm.
the more it speeds up. What are we going to be? And if she experiences that rejection, because rejection is not something women are used to.
Yeah. We don't take that well.
Yeah, women. Yeah, so I have to be nice and cordial and friendly and give a certain amount of attention without getting too intertwined, because I have to avoid that. I have to avoid any connection that seems like we're friends or whatever, because the more interaction, I can't tell a woman that meets me at the club, only talk to me at the club. You can get away with that. You can get away with avoiding, but once I start helping her in a feeling emotional therapeutic way,
Hmm.
we've crossed the line.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I find that that's how women maintain their customers. So tell us more about Freezer Meat. How long ago did you write this book?
So I started writing this book after like a real traumatic breakup in 2022.
Hmm.
And it was literally maybe a couple months after getting my surgery.
Surgery, really quickly. So you got that before or after the Ventura Combs
Oh, way
situation?
after, way after.
Oh, so you were already pumping by that time.
Yeah, no, so yes, yeah, no. The Ventura situation was 2012 to 2015. I
Hmm.
didn't get this to 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I had this, she would probably have been no case. We would have still been just happy. You know what I'm saying? I'd have held it down, like been no issues.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So personally for me, I feel like this I feel like she was a little salty about relationship stuff and said, I'm gonna write a book. And then it got in the wrong hands and then shit just got out of hand for her. I think this went way farther than she intended it to go.
I agree with you, right? And so here's an aspect that nobody's talking about that's not being considered. This started out with her wanting money with basically the threat of writing a book,
Right. But the book
right?
was already written.
Yeah, but here's something that people not realizing: you can't just write a tell-all book
Mhm,
about somebody's personal life. That's invasion of privacy. That's a lawsuit. That's a big deal. You
mhm,
cannot do it. But if you file a lawsuit with the same details,
mhm.
now it's public record, and you can release your book.
Gotcha.
So it's a win-win, right?
Mm. For me, this whole thing, I just felt like, where's the personal accountability at on her end? I mean, did you really feel bad about some of the situations, encounters that you had?
So I was what I during the trial I was taking her at her word, right? I
Hmm.
didn't in my actual encounters, as I testified to, I didn't see any coercion or abuse
Right.
or anything. It was definitely consented, right? But
Hmm.
she said in her testimony that with all of the other guys, it was forced and under drugs. But I've been meeting the guys,
Hmm.
and when they give me their account, it's the same thing that I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I completely feel like this was a jaded female. I mean, the abuse, we saw that firsthand because of
Yeah,
the hotel footage. However, working in the adult industry, I just find there's a thing called personal accountability. And if you don't want to get peed on, you're gonna move. How did Riley say?
wow.
How did Riley say in the Boondocks? I see pee, I move. She said pee, she stayed. You know? And I mean, then there's like a moral, like your own personal moral system, your own value system.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm not rich right now, because my values were too high.
Yeah. And so with something else is just a perspective to consider, right? They obviously had it out for him.
Oh no, I said that in the beginning of my thing. Whoever has him on punishment, let him off now. He served his time. He
Okay.
he made someone mad.
Yeah.
He
So
pissed somebody off.
so when I look at even her situation, for her to already get the $30 million and
And
then
then
have to testify and put her
that was her
own
punishment.
public stuff out
That was
there
her
to that
punishment.
degree, I think she was forced to do that.
That was karma.
Yeah,
That was
if
forced.
you want to call it that, but
forced karma.
it's no way she wanted $30 million.
People to know
She
that.
got her licked
Yeah,
back.
she
You know what I'm
did not
saying?
want
She did
anybody
not
to know
want
that
people
she
to know
had
the
urine
stuff.
in her mouth. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
she did
yeah.
not.
She didn't want those details to come out in that magnitude, and have to deal with that public scrutiny and embarrassment. And it's constant. It's ever changing. Like it's never gonna stop. It's like that's it. For just like me, I don't care for the rest of my life. I'm associated with freak
Oh
offs,
yeah,
and she's got 3 kids. At some point,
her kids are gonna. I mean,
yeah,
imagine. I was feeling so bad for her husband, listening to all of that because I'm sure she didn't tell him all of that. I'm sure.
nah, somebody didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So,
was a complete.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it was a win-win initially because you threatened the book. You can't put the book out unless you file a lawsuit because
Mhm.
then you can't put the details out. And it did exactly what it was supposed to do. He settled,
Yep.
right? So he settled, but then the government got a hold of it and said,
Mhm.
here's a
Let's
case.
pick
And
this
now
up.
your NDA, none of that stuff. Once we say it's criminal, all of that stuff is out the window. And either you testify under immunity or you're a co-conspirator and we try to put you both in jail. You're done.
Ridiculous. So, do you think society is ready for men to be open and about and vulnerable in the bedroom? Or
No,
do you think the society is ready for to open up about men's vulnerability in the bedroom?
no. Not that, not society on a whole. This is still something that men have to do in a very personable scenario. So this
Mhm.
is only going to truly work for men that are in a relationship with a partner that is going to be empathetic and
Mhm.
considerate and understand how he needs to remedy the situation.
Right.
And that's a big part of what the book is about, because I really urge women to read it, because it's a mindset and a struggle that if
Mhm.
you don't read it, you don't really know what a man's
You
going
don't.
through. You
And you
don't.
want to be compassionate. Women, if we love our men, we want to be compassionate and understanding to these issues because we expect them to be compassionate and understanding when we're all dried up because menopause.
Exactly.
Babe, can you spit on it a little more?
Yeah, grab that gun oil.
Get that baby oil.
Yeah, so it's a conversation that should happen between partners. It's not necessarily a wide open thing,
Mhm.
but there's not enough understanding.
Yeah,
Men, we have issues with communication as it is most of the
period.
time, right?
Especially black men.
So to really have a conversation of understanding about something we're so shameful about,
Hmm.
first of all, we got to understand it's normal. And then if our partners that are there with us, that's experiencing it with us, can be those cheerleaders. That, like, you can't have a better cheerleader that helps you deal with something like this.
Yes. Hey, people, our phone lines are open. Give a call, ask a question, 470-659-5974. I would love to hear your questions, comments, opinions. Phone lines are definitely open. I'm actually paying attention today. I'm a character. You have to excuse me. Okay, so what is one thing that if you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
If I could give my younger self advice, I'm gonna stick to in regards to mental health and that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Not, buy Bitcoin, right? so,
No.
right. You know what? I would allow myself to love and connect.
Love and connect.
I would allow myself to love and
Don't
connect.
shut down.
Don't shut down, because I spent so many years shut down with the belief that safety is better than connection. Right? Just don't, and when time passes and you really realize what is fulfilling about life,
Mhm.
it is connection. It is not just love, right? Is because love, you can establish love without connection, without the vulnerability.
This is true.
You can. So I know for certain I've met some amazing women
Mm-hmm.
that in my own self-preservation of fear,
You let them go.
I let them
So
go.
you let a couple of good ones go.
Let a couple of good ones go.
Oh. Ladies, if you know that you might be one of those ladies, he might be willing to talk to you again. Huh? Am I wrong?
No. Once it's over, it's over. You're a Cancer. Once it's done, it's done.
This is true. I mean, we do circle the block once or twice, though. I'm sure I have once or twice circled the block.
Yeah, but could you get all the way back in?
Yeah.
You could?
No.
Yeah, you can't get all. You'll circle the block because we
circled
cool.
the block, yeah.
But that all the way
it's
back
like,
in?
it was nice. Maybe, no.
Yeah,
You
there
just
you
showed me
go.
why I didn't. Real quick. What is the one story or message in your book that every man needs to hear?
Boom.
For me, it was the dad story. No, like, hook your dad up, man. Like, let your father live too.
The one story or message is a story called My Shitty Story.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my shitty. There was a
And-
couple of your shitty stories, though.
yeah. So
It wasn't just one.
yeah. So what I think is a lot of men, it's kind of what I said too about connection. A lot of men go through heartbreak that we don't rebound from, right? We park in a place of almost feeling like a victim, right? We feel like a victim, and you kind of put yourself in this bubble, and you don't seek a way to get yourself out of it. So I think it's important to, I'll say it this way. There are a lot of men walking around hating women because they've been hurt by one, you know?
Yeah.
And then they develop this kind of red pill attitude where it's all women's fault. And no, bro, everything about your healing, everything about your decision, even what went wrong, is still your fault. Like, you had a part in it, and you got to get through it.
Yeah, you have to be accountable.
Got to be
That
completely
was the first
accountable.
episode I did, accountability. Ladies, gentlemen, listen, first caller gets this book right here. So 470-659-5974. Call in, man. Call me now, like Miss Cleo would say. Okay, so I have a segment that I do called Kissed or Missed, but I have two parts of this Kissed or Missed for you today. So I'm going to do the bonus questions first, then we'll go to the actual Kissed or
Okay,
Missed
all right, no problem.
So, craziest thing a client ever asked you to do?
Craziest thing a client.
And was that client Diddy?
Yeah, so you kind of let it out the bag, right?
Tell us, what did he do? What
you
was it?
kind of let it out the bag. But I'm going to take a step further.
Okay.
Right? There was a client that wanted the same scenario as Diddy is in the book, right? But when he brought his wife by, right? Ironically, I had already slept with his wife on a one-night stand in the Caribbean. I did not know she was married. She met me in the Caribbean. We had a one-night stand. And I guess they were swingers. So she told her husband, oh my God, this guy was great. And her husband approached me, hey, dude, you slept with my wife. She wants to do it again, right? And so I wanted to show the wife off to my friends. So when they were coming by my hotel room, I had two of my buddies there. And when they walked in, I'm trying to show her off. And they saw my buddies and was like, will you two stay? So they wanted 3 guys on his wife. And I wasn't about that life. So it ended up being my 2 buddies and his wife, and I tapped out. I talked to the husband the whole night because that
don't even sound crazy to me, because men, I've gotten requests to beat genitals and CBT. I've gotten requests to do all kind of weird stuff. And it's not being done to me. I'm doing it to you, so I don't mind. But like, that's crazy. That's the craziest thing ever.
Believe it or not, that's the craziest
not crazy
thing.
to
Yeah,
me. That's kind of like,
excuse
let's have
me.
an orgy.
Excuse me.
Sounds like an orgy to me. Okay. Have you ever turned someone down because of their smell?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Sex with music or silence? What sets the mood for you? Wait, no, I know the answer to this. He needs silence because he got to concentrate.
Well, no, not anymore.
Oh, hey,
Not
high five.
anymore. But before my miraculous surgery, I'm telling you, you
Y'all
had to
gotta-
cut everything off.
Y'all gotta listen to the book. There was this lady. He compared it to singing a deaf person trying to sing some song.
Sweet home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama. Oh my God, it was hilarious. He was like, I put my head between her legs so I could drown out the sound. I just couldn't escape the sound. The more she yelled, the more my dick went down. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So if your ex wrote a book about you, what would be the title?
If my ex wrote a book about me,
What would the title be? Yes.
Yeah. This motherfucker will never commit.
How to get him to commit when he won't ever commit.
Exactly. Okay. That's what it is.
What's your biggest turnoff mid-session? So you're in it, you're doing it, and then, oh God, what's the biggest turnoff?
You know what? It's gonna sound like something normal, but it's really an issue. I like passionate, in the moment, in the vibe sex. Mm-hmm. So my turn off is and I'm don't get me wrong, I'm empathetic to it, but it's a woman getting too caught up in her own personal insecurities.
Oh, like, don't look at that. Oh, let me turn over because my belly.
Yeah, I can't.
No, honey.
Yeah.
Listen, men find all that stuff sexy. If they're sleeping with you, it's sexy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Period. Ever caught feelings when you weren't supposed to? Nah.
No, actually, yes.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cassie?
Yes. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Cassie, by the way. I was dealing with this female nurse for a lot of years. I knew she was involved. I knew she was situated, and I definitely was like, no, this is my girlfriend. And that was a rude awakening because when I approached her on it, she was like, nah, don't get it twisted. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, it did.
But that happens to women all the time, so, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've done that before.
Too many times.
Too many times. See? Karma. All right. Describe your sex style using a food.
That's a fucking dope question. My sex style using a food. I'm like...
Are you like a comfort food, like a mac and cheese? Or are you a freaking Kabilsa, Polska Kabilsa sausage?
Nah, I'm like a Cajun jambalaya.
Okay. It's a whole, like a masala, a whole mix of stuff.
Yeah, a whole mix of stuff.
Okay.
With a little spice.
I'm pretty sure this is a yes. Have you ever faked pleasure to protect someone's ego?
Yes.
I mean, in the sex industry, I'm sure that's something you do all the time. Yes, it was great. I loved it. I had so much fun. One thing women do in bed that they think is sexy, but really isn't. Come on, bring it. What is it?
One thing that I think some women do in bed that's very that's not is a lot of times it's the unnecessary lingerie.
Okay.
Yeah,
I could dig it.
I will say, I will say for me, if I don't need my gifts wrapped.
Okay. I know. And so, what is one fetish you'll never try again?
One fetish I will never try again is I don't like anything. Don't squeeze my nipples. Don't pinch my fucking nipples. Don't do anything with my fucking nipples. I don't know who the fuck enjoys that, but I got blindsided with some fucking nipple clamps.
This is really
and
funny.
I'm like, what? Who the fuck
Oh,
likes
God.
this.
Can I? No, let me tell you. Oh my God. So I had a guy I was dating, and he was into that. So I let him put him on, and it was fine while they were on. And then he took them off, and the pain was insane. And wait, Kiss, you're phenomenal and beautiful as always. Wish you could take the what glasses off and give people. I can't see. Can't read. I need to read. Okay. Yeah. So he took the nipple clamps off, and it was okay. It hurt really bad. I was like, but don't put them back on. And then he put them back on, and I was so pissed off. But then he was doing other stuff that I was crying and I was mad and I was feeling good. I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was conflicted.
Yeah, that should throw your whole
Don't
shit off.
mess with my nipples either. I don't like that. Why?
That must be a cancer
They
thing.
want to twist them too. Like, what's the knobby thing about? What is this about? Oh my gosh.
Yo, that shit
Don't-
infuriates me, yo.
Me too. It's so irritating. Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't stand that
Horrible. Don't nip the nipples. Okay. I have to put my glasses back on because I can't see this. I'm sorry. All right. So in this segment, we're going to do I'm going to say a word and give me the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. Yeah. Ready? Pay for sex.
Never.
Escort agency.
Nice side hustle.
Erectile dysfunction.
Not my problem.
Sucks. Diddy and Cassie.
Great experience.
Okay. OnlyFans.
And I need one.
Get your bag.
Yeah.
I'll help you hook it up. Okay. Male intimacy.
Need more.
Sugar baby.
I'm on a budget.
Sorry. Funny guy. He's a Cancer. Why not? Okay. Therapy.
Rip off.
Pride.
Pride. So all right. So first thing I came to is less ego.
Okay. Sex addiction.
Envy.
What the fuck? Sorry. Freezer meat. I'm gonna tell you what I think freezer meat is. I think is when your penis is cold and it can't get hard. Freezer meat.
No, freezer meat is I'm in search of freezer meat. Take a piece of meat at your freezer, and what's harder than that shit? That's how hard I want my shit to be.
Okay.
Like some freezer meat.
Wait, let's get through these questions. Come on. Regret.
Regret. I go straight to I'm gonna call it kryptonite.
Okay. Quickie.
No such thing.
Body count.
I'm embarrassed.
I love the honesty. Because me too. I didn't want it that much. I really didn't. That's why I don't want it that much now. I'm like, oh no, enough. All right. Power.
Gotta have it.
Massage.
Let's get to it.
Manhood.
Depends how much is in my hand.
People, ain't nobody got no questions. Nobody want to call in and ask anything. Don't you want the book? 470-659-5974. You have about 3 minutes to call, so come on. Ring the phone. Or was it ringing? I missed it? No, I don't think so. Okay. Public scandal.
Put me down on the next one.
G-spot.
Bunny rabbit.
Trickin'.
I'm on a budget.
Kyss Major.
Dope people.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So there you have it, folks. This is us. We've done it. We've made it through this show. Anything else you want to tell the people? Tell them where to find you. Tell them how to get your book.
Yeah, just Find My Book is on Amazon, really all platforms. I would, like she said, I would get the audio book. I think it makes it extra fun.
It does.
You can find me on Instagram at Get Punished, TikTok at Get Punished, even though I'm gonna get a little more active on that. And shortly but surely, YouTube and hopefully OnlyFans.
So what are you going to do on your OnlyFans? I don't have a partner anymore, I don't think. And they've been asking for some boy girl content. I don't know.
Gotta figure
You can
something
post it
out.
on yours, post it on mine. You know what I'm saying? Let's,
Yeah, we'll have to work
share the
something out.
content. Maybe we'll think about that. I don't know.
It's a win.
Shh, I didn't hear that. I didn't say that. I wasn't serious. Not at all. Not at all. Anywho, so make sure you guys tune in next week for another episode of Other Life-ish. I've got a great show for you. We're talking about the table and what we bring to it. Isn't that a horrible topic, the table? What do you think about the table, Sharay?
Look, I think that's the wrong way of creating synergy in a relationship.
I believe so too.
I think you get together and you create the table together.
Right. Ain't no one person bringing the table, I mean, especially men should never be asking a woman what she brings to the table. Honey, I am the table. You're going to lay on me. You want me to put the You're going to lay on me on the table. Period. No. I'm a little crazy. I'm sorry. So, what else can I ask you before we go? Any questions? What's this one? I caught the last 20 minutes. Great show. Thank you, brother. That's my brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Any questions for him, Will? I know you always have a good question. Why don't you hit us up with a good question? Why don't you call in, as a matter of fact? Come on. 470-659-5974. We have another minute for a call, at least 1 minute for a call. So if nobody wants to call. They were calling. I think you've got them a little shy.
Maybe.
Because last week my phone was ringing nonstop. Like it was on. My girlfriends were calling in talking all kind of crazy stuff, but today they're just on silent mode.
that's
Like
good. Yeah,
I think
maybe.
they're intimidated by the freezer meat in their pants.
Yeah, maybe.
I have a question for you really quickly about that. So is it the same implant that they give trans women that want to be?
I don't know. It's a good question. I would not assume so because it has to be fitted and measured to your actual penis, right?
So
To your actual anatomy.
is it like a silicone, like boobs?
Yeah, it's made out of the same. The cylinders are made out of the same material, and what fills the cylinder is the saline that goes in your boobs.
So it's a bunch of cylinders in there.
Yes, 2 cylinders in there, and they put a little reservoir full of saline, and then I control the saline going in or coming out. That's
That's
erect
what
or
pumps
not
it up.
erect. Yeah.
I had a client. He passed away. Al Copeland. I can say his name because he's dead. But they were a couple that I used to see, and he was always doing this. And I was like, I think he has a pump in there. I think he's pumping something up,
I
right?
think he had an old school one though, because
No,
they don't work
no,
like
it was
that now.
many years ago.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
like
yeah,
back
yeah.
in the when I lived in Vegas days.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
So that was like early 2000s. They come a long way since then.
Yeah, long.
So
way,
how do
long
you pump
way.
it now?
So
Like so, how
and
do you?
so they give you a little pump that's almost like, you know how a guy in his testicles, he has testes, 2 testes.
Yeah.
So they give you a pump that's almost the same size of the
So it's
testes, and it
inside your
feels like you
testes?
have 3. Yeah, it feels like you have 3 nuts, and you just
So you push on your nut.
yeah,
Wow.
but it's not a nut, but it feels like
But
you would think it's 3,
wow.
and then that controls the saline going in or coming back
So this is
out.
the old school way.
That's some old school shit. Yeah.
Wait, question. I can't see that. No question. I'm way too immature for this conversation. So, brother, you're about 50-something years old right now. How is your erectile function functioning? I'm just curious. Oh, we got a call. Awesome. Here we go. Caller, you are on Other Life-ish with Kyss and Sharay. Question for whom? Oh, no, what happened? Okay. They hung up. They got scared.
Oh, there's a second one coming. Huh?
Hi, caller. How are you? Caller? Hello? Something weird is happening. Okay, I'm going to end them and pick up them. Hello? Hi, caller. How are you? Welcome to Other Life-ish with Kyss and Sharay. What do you have to say?
How much does a surgery like that cost? And if you could do it all over again, would you?
So
and why?
The answers are in his book.
Yeah.
Get the book.
Yeah, but I'll answer. You can get it as little as $16,000. I spent 32 because I used at the time the best doctor in New York City, and after having it, if you told me it was $132,000, I would do it again.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate you. What's your name? Okay, well, bye. When I'm not hanging up on them, they. Do we have another caller? So you guys get freezer meat available on Amazon, Audible, all of the above. Make sure you tap in. Like I said, I got the Audible last night and I listened to it. It was amazing. Had me rolling on the floor. You're a funny guy. A great listen, easy listen. And I really suggest that you tap in with him. Follow him on Instagram. Follow myself on Instagram. And also, I need sponsors. Y'all want to see me up here doing this some more? Y'all like this interaction we're having? I've got more in store for you. This is just the beginning. So I'm going to need y'all to hit me on Cash App. Yasmin Pendavis rules. And donate to the show so I can keep this going because I need sponsors. If you have a commercial you need created for you, I can create the commercial. I can put you on here and get you some business. Or if you just want to see us continue doing this, donate to the show. Okay, my Cash App should be at the bottom down there somewhere at some point here. And yeah, let's make this show continue because I've got a lot of great cut topics, a lot of great guests I'm going to bring on for you. You guys don't want to miss this. So help me keep it going on. I really appreciate that. I want to thank my sponsors at Status Network, Atlas Shango Inc., and Horizon Real Estate Solutions. Thank you so much for tuning in to Other Life-ish. I'm your host, Kyss Major, and have a great weekend. Oh, also, remember, I have another call. Hold on 1 second. I have another call, one more call, and I have one word, I have some sage words of wisdom for you. So 1 second here. Caller. Hi. Who's calling?
This is Red. I just have one question. If I buy a book, will he sign it for me and see me?
Oh, actually, you were the first caller, so you actually get this book right here. This is going to be sent to you. So,
I need it autographed the way I want it.
Okay, how do you want it autographed?
Autographed, but I want him to put a little something on there.
What do you want to put a little something? What would you like it to say?
No, just a little something.
You want me to go private?
Yes, please.
So, okay.
Can you put some of his self on there for me, please?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, caller, I have your number here. I'll make sure he gets it. How about that?
That'll work.
Okay.
Punish ya.
She wants to get punished. Anywho, you guys, thank you so much for tapping in. Sometimes you have to go out on a limb. You know why? That's where the fruit hangs. Have a good night. Mwah. Love y'all. Wanna see